Dear children, good morning. Welcome to the online class of Sri Gokulam Public School. Last class we started the chapter employment and we discussed about workers. Workers are the persons who are engaging in economic activities. They are working. They are said to be employed. Today, let's discuss about classification of workers. Today, we will see classification of workers under two heads. First one, status-wise classification or status-wise distribution of workers. And number two, sector-wise classification or sector-wise distribution of workers. What do you mean by status-wise distribution or status-wise classification of workers? Depending upon the quality of employment, nature of working conditions, and the worker's status in society, we can classify the workers mainly into three. Self-employed workers, regular salaried employees or regular salaried workers, and casual wage workers. How can you say? Depending upon the worker's status in society, quality of employment, nature of working conditions, etc. We can classify the workers mainly into three. What are they? Self-employed workers, regular salaried employees, and casual wage workers. First is self-employed workers. Self-employed workers. These are workers who use their own resources, their own land, labor, capital, etc. And these workers who own and operate an enterprise as their own. These workers who own and operate an enterprise as their own and earning their livelihood. In India, self-employment is the major source of livelihood. Almost 52% of the workers in India are self-employed workers. They are not employed by others. They are providing job opportunities to others. They are not employed by any employer. What they are doing? They are providing job opportunities to others. For example, a doctor running his own clinic, shopkeepers, businessmen, a cement shop owner, etc. are the examples of self-employed workers. How can you define? These are workers who use their own resources and they are owning and operating an enterprise their own and earning their livelihood. They are not employed by any employer. They are providing job opportunities to others. For example, businessmen, shopkeepers, a doctor running his clinic, a cement shop owner, etc. Okay, in India, this is the major source of livelihood. 52% of the workers in India belong to this category, isn't it? And second is regular salaried employees. Regular salaried employees are hired, permanent basis or regular basis by an employer. And they are getting remuneration on a regular basis. Regular salaried employees, they are hired by an employer on a permanent or a regular basis and are getting salaries on a regular basis. Okay, in India, 18% of the workers belong to this category. They are getting social security benefits like pension, gratuity fund, etc. Okay, they are employed by an employer on a permanent or a regular basis and getting salaries on a regular basis. They are protected by trade unions and they are getting social security benefits also. Isn't it? In India, 18% of the workers belong to this category. For example, government officials, doctor working in a government hospital or a private hospital, teachers, employed in a school, etc. are examples of regular salaried employees. What is the percentage? 18% of the workers belonged to this category. Okay? And third category is casual wage workers. These workers are hired by an employer. Okay? They are casually engaging in somebody's farms or construction sites, and getting remuneration as per the work done. They are not protected by trade unions and they are not getting social security benefits like pension or gratuity fund. For example, construction workers, landless agricultural laborers are examples of casual wage workers. Who are they? They are casually engaging in somebody's enterprise or farms, and getting remuneration as per the work done. They are not enjoying any type of social security benefits. Okay? For example, landless agricultural laborers and construction workers. You take the example of a construction sector. For example, a cement shop owner is said to be self-employed. A civil engineer, an example of a regular salaried employee. Okay? And the construction workers are casual wage workers. Okay? So how can you classify self-employed, regular salaried employee and casual wage workers? Self-employed 52%, regular salaried employee 18%, casual wage workers 30%. A cement shop owner is said to be self-employed. A civil engineer belonged to regular salaried employee. Isn't it? Construction workers are casual wage workers. Okay? Next we can pass on to the sector-wise classification of employment that we already studied earlier. Sector-wise classification. The respective contribution made by the different sectors towards employment. It is also known as occupational structure. It is very important that we studied earlier. What do you mean by sector-wise? The respective contribution made by the different sectors towards employment. It is also known as occupational structure. In India, primary sector towards employment, the contribution is 47%. Secondary sector, the contribution is 22%. And tertiary sector, the contribution is 31%. Isn't it? I hope you follow how to make distinction between status-wise and sector-wise. Status-wise means depending upon the quality of employment, we can classify self-employment, regular employment and casual wage work. Isn't it? That is status-wise. Sector-wise means respective contribution made by the different sectors towards employment. That's also very important. It is also known as occupational structure. Okay? Thank you.